Hey guys, Tyler McKinney back here again, and today we're going to get into a little bit of a discussion about the XFL. We're going to look at the XFL and the Tier 1 quarterback situation, and things might be looking up for the XFL in this situation. So today we've kind of had some things pop up, and we've got a couple players that might be on the list for the Tier 1, Tier 1 quarterbacks that they've been looking at. If you haven't been following the XFL, what they're going to do is they're going to sign 8-ish quarterbacks to the league, depending upon what the teams want, and then those will be divvied up to the teams based upon their priority list that the teams have put in for these players, these Tier 1 quarterbacks. And so we've had a couple players that have been released by their respective NFL teams that these guys could potentially be Tier 1 quarterbacks, and so I want to talk about them and look at them today. So first off, we've got Josh Johnson, and if you remember, Josh Johnson was the very first pick of the AAF, and he was going to be a guy that was just going to explode on the scene, and he was going to be one of those guys that's going to be electrifying in the AAF. And what actually ended up happening is he got picked up by the Washington Redskins, and then he played for the Detroit Lions this past preseason. He has been officially cut, and I'm looking forward to seeing if he's going to end up in the XFL, because if he ends up in the XFL, that could be really, really good for the XFL, and I think he bring an electrifying type of offense in the XFL. And Cardale Jones was just released by the Seattle Seahawks, and he's one that we've kind of already done a video on and talked about, and so I'm excited about that. His chances of getting back in the in the XFL are very, very good. Because if you remember, the LA Wildcats were really, really high on him, and he had a really good preseason for the Chargers. So that was pretty exciting. So we got two guys that look to be on the XFL's radar, but really we have not heard anything in the past couple weeks from the XFL on player movement or anything like that. I mean, they signed Landry Jones, and then things have just been kind of quiet since then. We've heard things about guys who've been invited to the draft, but we really haven't heard a whole lot about these Tier 1 quarterbacks, and we haven't heard any signings since then. So things have kind of slowed down. Now, granted, we're still about a month-ish away from the official draft, so who knows, maybe in the next couple weeks things will ramp up, or right now the NFL is still in flux to where guys are still getting signed to practice rosters, and things are starting to fill out, especially with injuries and stuff like that. So it'll be really interesting to see how things kind of unfold in the next couple weeks and things like that. So I don't know. I find it really interesting. I'm actually really excited about the Cardale Jones thing, because I think he can come in and really make a big impact in the XFL, and really make a name for himself, and really put the the XFL up on a pedestal. So those are just kind of my thoughts about these two new things that have come up this past week with these two quarterbacks, and hopefully we'll get some information here soon. All right, well, I know that you guys are busy, and I know that I'm busy, so let's get on out of here. You have a good night. Bye.